Hey there everybody, today I'm going to be showing you a Ridge Racer Slipstream information slideshow. This is for also K-Ledge Gaming, who also needs to make a video on it. Now, I understand if you can't make it because the game has been delisted now, but we'll get to that later. I at least want him to cover it though, it's a really good game. It was part of my childhood, but anyways, moving on. What is Ridge Racer Slipstream? Ridge Racer Slipstream is a racing game released in late 2013 for iOS devices and early 2014 for Android devices. It is essentially a combination of Ridge Racer 7 for PS3 and Ridge Racer 3D for the Nintendo 3DS. This game released in terms of platforms, iOS and Android mobile phones and tablets. In terms of the developer and publisher, this game was developed by Invictus Games and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment, who were at the time known as Bandai Namco Games. Invictus Games, founded in 1992, are still active to this day. They also developed Pac-Man Friends and NASCAR Rush. Now, Bandai Namco Games, also known as Bandai Namco Entertainment today, they basically mean almost no introduction. They're basically a combination of Bandai Co. and Namco, who you might know from Pac-Man. They worked on games such as Pac-Man World Rally and Ridge Racer 7 on the PS3. In terms of gameplay and modes, the game features a career mode with 216 races comprised into 12 Grand Prix, and each Grand Prix has a total of 18 races. Besides the career mode, an arcade mode is also available with 3 race types, which are Quick Race, Regular Race, and Knockout. A multiplayer mode with similar options is also available, but that's no longer playable, but we'll get to why later. Time Attack is another mode usually seen in career mode. The gameplay premise is similar to previous titles in the franchise. There's drifting, nitrous, and slipstreaming, which all play an important role. In Quick Race mode, you're given a random car and track while racing up to 7 other opponents. In Regular Race, it is similar, but you choose the machine and track of your choice. In Time Attack, you are given 3 laps to post the fastest lap time and fastest total time. This is exclusively seen in career mode. Knockout mode is the same in terms of options and settings, but you compete in a 4-machine 3-lap survival race, where it's basically where whoever's last gets eliminated, and there's 3 laps. In addition, there are 4 new challenges, also known as Extreme Battles, 1 in each class, which we'll get to later. Basically, it has the same rules as any other game mode, but the time trials are more harder to beat, and the AI is more aggressive. And they will sometimes ram you when they will try to overtake you. And they will also try to use nitro right after the first charge, and their machines seem to be much faster. Perks, which we will get to later, such as Collision Decreaser, Slipstream Booster, Slipstream Canceller, or Nitrous Tank are all good choices to use, since these races are difficult, if not impossible, to complete without perks, even on a car that's been fully upgraded. This information comes from the Ridge Racer fandom. In terms of vehicles and customization, the game features 16 lore-friendly vehicles in 4 classes: 04, 03, 02, and 01. 04 class cars are the slowest and for beginners, and 01 cars are the fastest and require more skills to control. You can customize a vehicle by upgrading its engine, wheels plus suspension, which the game treats as its landing gear, and nitrous, as well as change body color, rim color, and body kits. and some customization options do not apply with complete machine cars. And we can also change vinyls and rims. Also, some customization options may not apply to either some or all Class 01 cars. In terms of racetracks, the game has a total of 12 racetracks, which are Downtown Rave City, Heatcrest District, Surfside Resort, Harbor Line 765, Cross Bay Tunnel, Rave City Riverfront, Midtown Parkway, Island Circle, Lost Ruins, Industrial Drive, Old Central, and Mist Falls. In terms of slipstreaming opponents, the slipstream mechanic is the act of drafting behind an opponent's car to reduce air resistance and gain a temporary speed boost. In order to use it, and use it effectively at that, stay directly behind another racer, especially on straightaways, to build up speed, and then use it to overtake them. The mechanic was first introduced as drafting in the 5th Ridge Racer, and then the slipstreaming came from Ridge Racer 7 and other installments. In terms of perks are boosts that can be used to a driver's advantage. 3 boosts can be used per race. They are Nitrous Tank, which fills one of the nitrous tanks automatically, DCS, aka Downforce Control System, which reduces speed loss from jumps, Slipstream Booster, also called SS Booster in game, which increases the effects of slipstreaming. Sorry, not slip. There's Slipstream Canceller, aka SS Canceller in the game, which prevents opponent cars from slipstreaming you. And Race Data Analyzer, also known as RDA in Ridge Racer Slipstream, which lets you see the other cars as perks. Graphically, this game, I would have to say, looks really nice. And people have praised this game's graphics, as it's said to be high-end, unlike the console games. And it's a fresh new coat of paint, its visuals look nice and popped well, like for example, Ridge Racer 3D on the 3DS. However, people have said that sometimes it lacked visual flair. It didn't look necessarily as graphically appealing, as Asphalt 8 Airborne. And sometimes the game would frame rate drop whenever you got into certain spots on some tracks or higher tier cars appear. In terms of the music, people have said the music in the game is very good. It's upbeat, pumping, techno, arcade-style electronic music. And I have to say it's actually really good. People have said that it was good, like the PSP Ridge Racer game soundtracks, with one critic calling one track so freaking good, and one user described a specific track as a banger that provided a perfect adrenaline fueling for racing. However, in terms of criticism, people have criticized it because it's just reused songs from previous entries in the series, like for example, Ridge Racer Unbounded. Now for the sad part. This game unfortunately got delisted between 2014 to 2017. It is unknown truly why this game got delisted, but 2 possible reasons are: 1, licensing issues with Sony, most probably with the PlayStation Store, or number 2 is that due to issues maintaining the current version of the game in order to update it, they decided to just stop supporting it altogether so they can work on other projects that have newer assets instead of focusing on older games, because older games might be too expensive to keep running on newer hardware. And there you have it. So that's all basically what I have. Killage Gaming, please see this and include this game in a video. I am begging you. Bye bye.